Well, JT's been here the entire time I've been here, and I don't actually remember how many seasons it is, 17, 18, but isn't he on 30? So he's been here a long time. Yeah, like I said, all of JT's stories are inappropriate from the first however many years, but I wasn't here for the first 13 years that he was here, or 14 years, whatever it is. So we'll just skip all those. But there's like a couple of things about JT that like you'll never see JT. I've never seen JT not smiling or grinning, at least. He's like the backcountry guru around here too, which is kind of epic. You'll see his car parked at the bottom of Carson Path almost every single day. That he's not working, which isn't that many days, but he's actually working. He was a supervisor, now he's one of our backcountry guys, so he's been around a long time. But two things, when the Angora fire happened, JT went, like, got every single person that was in ski school, some that weren't, that had been evacuated. A couple of people lost their houses, they were in ski school, but brought them all to his house. Like every single person was at JT's house for this like commiseration get together where people had a bit of a party and whatever else, which was kind of awesome that he kind of put himself out there for that. And then the other is, for years, a guy, Aaron Torline, who was here, was a snowboard supervisor when I first got here, a friend of mine. He always tells this story about JT. It's his first memory of JT when he first got here, and he got here, he was like 17, and he goes out with training, gets on the bus, used to bus them over here from the village, and he got on the bus, sitting there quietly, he's like, thinks he pretty much knows everything. And JT's sitting on the bus, not talking to any of them, and he gets up and he stands up, turns around, he's like, all right, so what do we tell the guests when they get here? And Aaron's like, kidding me? Starts going on this long rant about, we're going to talk about how their day's going to go. We're going to talk about how their equipment works, blah, blah. He's like, no, tell them it's icy. It's really icy. And he gets off the bus and walks away. That was the end. That was his first interaction with him at all. Off he walks. That's kind of JT. JT's always a pleasure, you know. He's always smiling. He's always happy. His deal has changed a lot over the years, but he's been here he's an institution at this place. And as things have changed and he's changed and his role has changed, those little things, he's kind of moved with it. And he's always happy, always smiling. He's happy to be out here, happy to do whatever he can for us, and that's huge.
I've known JT John Taylor for 26 years. I have a ton of stories about JT, some I'm not willing to tell, Kirkwood related. When I first started teaching here, JT was the senior instructor, and I remember one time going up to chair with him and Aaron Hearn and myself to split 30 students. We had him ski down. JT grabbed the first 5 that were the best and say, I got mine and I'm out of here, and left me and Aaron there with 25 students and not sure what we were supposed to do. So JT used to be a trainer for our snowboard school, and we used to have to take new instructors down Timber Creek, and they'd catch the bus. And he was getting all these new people off the bus. They were scared, first time at Kirkwood. And he asked them, what's the most important thing you tell your guests when they get off the bus? And all these people were coming up with these stories. Dress warm, you know, make sure all your clothing's tight, make sure you got your ski and snowboard. And he just turns around and yells at them, no, it's watch your step. It's slippery right here. And all of them were just super embarrassed. The other thing JT used to do is he'd come take you. He used to get $1 for every student. So he would let you start your lesson, and then you'd get about halfway through your lesson, and then he'd come and grab all of your students and he'd take them so he could get that money from each of your students. And you'd finish the day with no students, and he'd finish the day with like 45. JT, first person I knew who was a level 3 skier and a level 3 snowboarder. I remember you getting kicked out or kicked off of chair 10 for trying to take your snowboard up there. Stoked that you're still working with us, stoked that you're able to get your kids out here and ski and share in your passion, and stoked that you're able to participate in Expedition and help teach those classes and still stay involved. Thanks, man.